Hello, everyone in Link to the Past community. We are here today with a wonderful, wonderful spoiler race between Shadyforce and Furaime. Gonna butcher that name like a dozen times, so I apologize. I am Mr. Scruff the Ninja Tuna, and with me I have Ricky of Kokiri. How you doing here today, buddy?
I'm doing good. Looking forward to this match.
Oh yeah, and as you guys can see, it is a spoiler tournament seed, so we know where everything is. We know what the pendants are, what the crystals are, what's required to open up everything. So now it's just going to be who is going to be the one.
Indeed. Not only in terms of routing this thing, but also in execution. It's going to be a fun match to watch. Like, how many safeties they go for. There's so much going through their minds right now as they finish up studying the spoiler log. The pressure is on.
Oh, yes, indeed. And I gotta say, you all are in for a treat. We've already taken a look at the log. We know what's coming. Be sure to, sit
buckle
fully.
up.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Buckle in, Buttercup. We're going for a ride.
Nice, both runners starting in the sanctuary to get 3 bombs.
Always good to try and find early bombs, especially if they're right there. And I think I know what Furaime is going here. Oh, never mind. Ignore me. Figured he was going to go ahead and take those 3 bombs over to Hyrule Castle and try and get something. But nope.
Oh. Nope. He's going to Sahasrara, looks like. While Shadyforce is doing the Houlihan drop.
Safety money. I like it. Now, you guys are going to find out in just a moment why Furaime decided to just bolt over to Sassy Pants. Many of you play Randomizer, you know that mobility is the best thing in this game. So if you can get around quick, that's perfect. And here's why.
Boom and boom.
Flute and boot a minute in. This is going to make travel so much easier. It looks like Shadyforce is right on his heels, which is money behind, so he can go ahead and buy whatever he needs, open up whatever he needs, and get into whatever he needs.
Exactly.
Now, the intriguing part here is, as you guys can already see, we have our pendant dungeons all in the Dark World. We've got it Pod, Skull Woods, and Misery Mire. Pod being the Courage, and the other 2 being the ones that nobody cares about.
Shadyforce picking up his Ocarina and Boots, while Furaime makes his way to, looks like, the Maze game.
And I've already forgotten was here, so I'm going to be just as surprised as the rest of you. Now, while he's going to go and finish up that maze, since we've got those dungeons in particular, you guys may be thinking, well, we probably won't need to worry about going into those. But there will be a surprise. Like that cane.
Yep, Furaime picks up the cane of Samaria, and he's going to tackle Kakugo Village from bottom to top, while Shadyforce is going from top to bottom. They'll be high-fiving each other at some point here.
Now, one thing I always have to sit here and just spit nails at, and I understand because there's got to be some logic behind it, but how can you, boot into some walls, but not all of them? That's just so rude.
Based on the diagonal, I guess. Some of them are not as diagonal as they appear.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Now, as you guys saw there in that wonderful Blind's Hut, we got ourselves a sword, a hammer, and the ice rod. Super, super early for, well, pretty much every runner out there.
With the heart container in the back. Furaime and Shadyforce both going to the bottom of the well at the same time.
Grabbing our wonderful bow. Now we'll go ahead and start a game that we'll come back to probably in about 40 minutes or so of, will they get silvers? Put your guesses in chat now.
Shadyforce going into Chicken Hut.
And I 100% agree with this play, because I know what's in here. And I am a sucker for this item. I will get it every chance I get.
Furaime, however, skipped that. So Shadyforce going for the safety while Furaime decides to go without.
I don't blame him. I know that Furaime is a really confident runner, and going with most likely his best route of the season. Every game we see is going to be the best game he plays. I'm going to assume that he can go ahead and defeat anything he needs to with just normal amounts of magic.
Chat pointing out that the half magic isn't just a safety, it also gives Shadyforce a full magic refill as well. So that is one advantage Shady has at the moment over Furaime. But
Oh, right, yeah.
looks like Shady is doubling back to buy bombs.
Yep, you notice that 0 count, so he definitely wants to go ahead and restock on those.
Furaime making his way up Death Mountain.
Now, when I read this, I kind of spat nails again, because Death Mountain is typically one of those, hey, you have to go here all the time, because there are dungeons, right? Typically, you can find cool items here. I mean, there's like 17 spots you can get up here. It's amazing. And I'll just leave it at that for you guys to enjoy. But hey, look at that! It's our Moon Pearl! Yay! We are now 2 of the 3 puzzle pieces away from Dark World entry.
And Shadyforce flutes to 4 to dip into Hyrule Castle. Furaime going right behind him, only difference being Furaime has the Moon Pearl and Shadyforce does not at this moment.
This is also another fun thing of Randomizer, being that they will always just mess with you in the greatest imaginable ways. And shoutouts to anyone that's wanting to actually get into the spoiler races, because not only do you have to learn a lot, like you actually have to memorize the names of this stuff, it's really good practice to be minimalistic. Like that chest right there. Most people have no idea what that chest is named. Do you happen
It's
to
the
know
map
what that is?
chest.
The map chest? Okay. See, I can't remember any of that stuff. Which is probably why I didn't do so well in my spoiler race. But that's beside the point.
Furaime may also have a bit of trouble in that area. He dipped into Uncle before realizing he was going the wrong way. But over here in the Boomerang chest, we have the blue sword.
And nothing of use in Zelda's cell by the looks of it, so we're out of here. And that gives us Master Sword and Gloves, so we are ready for Dark World. Shady just has to run up to Death Mountain and grab that Moon Pearl. And don't fret too much about silly things like that. A lot of these cases, when you're sitting there in the 15 minutes prior, writing things out, your mind gets a little bit crazy. I mean, you could instantly be thinking, okay, this is where I need to go, this is the route I need to take, and then not realize, oh wait, this doesn't mean this, it means that. And it's okay. These runners are talented enough that a little 5-second hoopla shouldn't be that big.
Oh, though chat is pointing out that when Furaime went into Uncle, he killed a soldier, came back out, and was able to do a tree pull for 80 rupees. I totally missed that.
Oh, well, there you go. That's the reason. Okay, so see, not even making that an error. He is just being awesome. Giving us another tree pull right then and there.
Yeah,
that's another good point of actually reading, because you get to know what your advantages will be.
And that's one of the hardest things for myself running this mode, is factoring in resources like that. Like, I never would have done the kill enemies for a tree pull thing, unless it's bombs. I ignore the tree poles unless they're bombs all the time.
I always tend to forget that. And as you guys were seeing, we did in fact have a hype cave. It was our cave of red things. We
Yeah,
had the
dang.
lamp, the fire rod, and tempered.
And Furaime just pulling out these tree poles like a master. Okay, that is something I definitely need to study for myself.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things where if you know the difference between Tier 1 and Tier 2 tree poles, woof, it is perfect. And for those wondering, actually both our Tier 1 and Tier 3 tree poles are the exact same. They're both 80 rupee counts.
And both runners have completed Hype Cave, and they're on their way to Pod.
Now wait a minute, Pod, isn't that the Pendant of Courage?
Yes. Oh.
Oof.
Okay. I hate these levers so much.
See, this is the trouble when it comes to any type of spoiler, because A, these dark things hurt like heck, and B, if you're not at full health, almost everything's going to kill you.
Yeah, with only 2 hearts, you're at a one-hit kill. It's nasty.
So don't be friendly, don't be kind, don't hug the jellies. Now, while we have both of our heroes running into a green pendant pod, let's start speculating. What do we have in here? I of course know, so I'm not going to actually say anything. But how about you, chat? What are we going to find in our pendant pod?
Ooh, Furaime lost Kiki. Just the baddies are just being nasty today.
They are. They're just being rude. This is another one of those where I cannot remember exactly what chest name this is. But whatever it is, it's the Titan's Bits!
That's the compass chest.
Oh, right. And the map is the one that's over on the Bowlock side, right?
Right.
So that's our wonderful pendant dungeon out of the way. Don't have to worry about anything else in here by the looks of it. Just kind of sad, because we're passing up the Pendant of Courage.
Now, why would Shadyforce be returning to Hyrule Castle when they already have Dark Road access?
Right? That's just so weird, guys. It is just mind-boggling. We're not playing Key Sanity, right? And of course, most of you have already guessed. Yeah, we got something on Lumberjack. And you guys will love what it is.
Furaime picks up his... Furaime picks up his Titan's Mitts, while Shadyforce makes his way through Aga Tower.
And thankfully, the lamp is going to make this a breeze and a half. I can guarantee you, if the lamp was not right next to the fire rod, then neither of these guys would have gone out of their way to get it. If you've got that fire rod in hand, you can learn how to do the dark rooms super easy. And if you're brave enough to do it without the fire rod or the lamp, good on you. I am not a masochist.
I've tried. I failed. Furaime starting his ascent up Aga Tower. Very close behind Shadyforce, in spite of that painful death earlier, so really close match, despite that setback.
This is where execution really does play well. If you come through this perfectly without any type of issues, that can make or break a seed.
Okay, I am so jealous of that spin attack Shadyforce just did. Those guards gave me so much trouble.
Right. I'm sad neither of them have a boomerang or the hook shot yet, because I love it when you're able to go ahead and just hit that guard from the top and then immediately throw the object and just run.
Chat's already gaining their guesses for how many blue balls we're going to see.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that this is randomized every time. I want to know how many blue balls we have so I can laugh at them. I mean, before they do it.
Chat, this is not all dungeons. This is a not standard. This is an open 7-7 crystal requirement. It's just about fighting the 7 crystals to open up GT and face off against Aga 2 and then Ganon himself. Unless, of course, the logic demands you go into a pedant dungeon like it required us to go into Pod. I haven't been counting, but I feel like we've seen a lot more blue balls than I'd like. There we go. 4 blue balls. Thank you, chat. Better counting than me. Alright, get your guesses in. What are we going to find on Lumberjack Ledge? Yes, I know I'm 5 minutes late saying that. Drum roll, please. Yes, the one medallion we need to get into TR.
Oh man, made it back just in time to witness that beautiful, beautiful pickup. And straight into the Misery Mire area. No mirroring toe, so I don't think we're getting in the desert. Ooh, got ourselves some blue armor and lots more money.
We're not saving and quitting out. Mire is another pendant dungeon.
Oh goodness. Alright, well we've got enough to actually finish this one. We've got the boots to enter, we've got the light source to get through, we've got the cane. Will we finish it? Also gotta say, shoutouts to shadyforce for picking the coolest looking sprite. I love the cursor.
Furaime making a pit stop at the magic hut to get a blue potion. And on his way to Mire as well.
Must be something important. Oh, snap, it's the magic mirror. How convenient is that? And moseying straight into Desert. Yeah, honestly, looking at things, I wouldn't say this was a bad seed, just more of rando being rando. So you
I mean,
guys are...
can you
You're...
imagine running this as a non-spoiler seed? Oh
Oh,
my
God.
goodness.
No, I would... no. Nope. Good lord, if this was a non-spoiler, I think we'd be at like 45 minutes in right now. But by the grace of all rando goodness, we are playing spoiler. So, thankfully it won't be like a 2-hour seed.
Shady Force heading straight to the back of Desert Palace once he got that big key, going to face off against the Lamolas.
Very clean one-shot with the fire out there. Not
Yeah,
bad
I
at
looked
all.
away for like a second. What the heck?
That's the
Wow.
nice thing about the way those things spawn up. If they go in the predicted path, oh, it's so clean.
And yes, definitely the half magic combo with the fire rod made that really smooth.
Ooh, getting ourselves a bottle pickup, or refill in this case.
Shady Force also doing a pit stop at the Magic Hut. So neither runner losing any time doing that, since they both did it.
Alright, looks like we are heading into our village of Utka.
Village of what?
Utkast! Let's just see if I can butcher, like, every conceivable name in this video game. Oh, that was an easy big key.
Furaime taking on the Lamolas now. Has to resort to some spin attacks due to running out of magic, but takes it down really fast.
And we are tied for crystals. I'm honestly surprised Shady Force didn't opt into getting another little bit of safety up in the first 4 chests. I mean, it looked like he was thinking about it, but then stopped halfway.
Both runners only at 4 hearts.
I mean, to be fair, I'd be saying I'd be a hypocrite if I said you'd need more than that. Because that's basically what I ran during my spoiler seed. But still, that's pretty dang difficult.
Yeah. Especially running around the Dark Road. You get 2 hits and that's it.
A wonderful
they
example
picked
of
up Blue
muscle
Mel.
memory.
They picked up Blue Mel, so that helps a lot, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, Blue Mail's really all you need. Most everything gets less into 1 heart. Most everything. So, there's really no need to get Red Mail.
Furaime grabbing a heart container in the front of Thieves Town.
See, that's the one. I was like, wait a minute, why isn't Shady going for that? Hey, you know, if Shady's confident enough for it, more on him. Let's see if Muscle Memory is going to go ahead and take over Shady Force again. Nope, he's going to go ahead and ignore that chest. Dang, was that both of our runners getting the God Pixel?
Possibly. Furaime definitely did. I missed Shady Force getting it.
I think you did too. That's awesome. Oh yeah, it's hot.
And a very clean blind fight on Shady Force's side.
And picks up probably the only piece of heart we will see the entire game. That was a spoiler for everybody. Instantly mirroring out. Okay. Ah, here we go. That's what I was thinking. Oof. Now, I gotta say, I would not want to... Okay, hopefully he's just gonna do Tower of Hera. Because, if he decides to go to Turtle Rock after this, I don't think I would be comfortable doing a 4-heart blue male Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Yeah. My butt clenched a little bit. Well, you know, I am wrong about a lot of things.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't see it if I was playing, but Furaime takes down blind, perfect script, just as amazing. I need to learn that so badly.
It's actually pretty fun once you get used to it.
I get the first phase, but the second phase throws me off. Shady Force dipping into Paradox Cave.
God, I have to go back and see what's in here. I'm like, wait, what? Why? I mean, really, they're... Okay, but... You could have... Why, Shady Force? Why? I don't understand your genius. There was an easier to access heart and freaking Thieves Down, man.
Furaime doing Hammer Peg Cave to get the book.
Ooh, that's right. Shady Force, skip that. Ugh.
Yes.
That could be a big thing here. The plot thing.
And Furaime going to give a talk to Stumpy for a heart container.
I mean, Stumpy is a very lonely individual. It's nice that you go ahead and give him a little bit of your time. Okay, hold up. I need to go ahead and figure out what this is, because I'm like, wait a minute.
I mean...
I'm not going to spoil it, because it's like, okay, why? Why are these people doing this? I am so confused.
Furaime making his way up Death Mountain. Oh, is Shady Force actually heading into TR? Oh my goodness, he's going to TR 5 hearts. Okay, my heart's going to be pounding for him for a while now.
Yeah, this is not going to be fun.
Furaime going up Oh. To
Yeah.
the ether tablet
Okay,
for
good.
another heart container.
See, it's always good to get convenience. Shady going the correct way by remembering he does not have the hook shot. And that's an excellent question there in chat. I want to say 4 hearts still on blue mail. It's 3 or 4 hearts damage when you get hit by a chain chomp.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, it's 4-3-2 going from green, blue to red. But already we're seeing the difference. We got 5 hearts on Shady's side, 7 on Furaime's. Whew, this is gonna be a fun race. Perfectly timed chain chomps. Bravo.
Nice.
For a moment I forgot that we used the Book of Medora as the spoiler log icon. And I was like, wait, why do we have Furaime's book over next to the thing and not in his inventory? Oh, right. And at this point, I think it's almost become a meme to do that, where you just do a spin slash right there. Because as you guys have noticed, it takes a decent amount of time and lag to get through that. So, if you're trying to go fast, don't do that.
I didn't realize the sprite for the cursor the Shady Force is using becomes a paperclip in bunny form.
Oh yeah, Clippy, the Microsoft paperclip. That's awesome. And judging by the fact that he's skipping Mimic Cave, we don't got nothing in there. I think chat's upset with you there, Ricky.
I never liked that paperclip, so as far as I'm concerned, it's a paperclip. I shall not dignify him with the name. Careful.
Poor Clippy.
Oh dear. Okay, okay.
There we go. Alright, now, unfortunately, he doesn't have anything to give him iframes, so he's gonna take 1 hit. Ooh, takes a second.
Yeah.
Please, Shady, take the safety door. For the love of all things good. Take the safety door.
He has the key, but we're going to laser bridge.
Oh, that's right, for a hook shot. Who knew?
Oh, that laser skip was so nice. Oh,
that was flawless. But I am gonna tease Shady Force unrelentlessly if he dies.
Okay, he still has a blue potion. He's fine.
He's just a little dying. It's still good. It's still good.
And that was his last blue potion. Tackling the heads from the back.
Awesome little strat for the gold sword. Doesn't work too well with the tempered, but it's still fun. Ah, dang. Nah, I can't make fun of Shadyforce, because that was a really good Trinex fight.
It was.
As I just curse him into getting hit.
He's fine, he's fine.
Alright, Furaime picking up that hook shot and gonna be joining Shady in just a moment. It's a really nice cane dash. I like that. It's classy.
Hey, me, what, less than 30 seconds? But well, I don't know if it's 30 seconds, but Furaime's really close to Shadyforce.
Oh, yeah.
Any slip-up Shadyforce makes can change this in a heartbeat.
Exactly. And since we're basically one item away from go mode, this is gonna be real quick. Shady remembering very quickly that he doesn't want to complete pod. Good job there, Shady. Trinex, you're not allowed out of bounds. You get back here. If you're going to explode, do it on screen. Gotta say, not too bad for routing. Again, since this is spoiler log and we had access to it, we of course know where everything is. But still, this is darn good, efficient gameplay for both these runners. So speaking of, if you guys want to go ahead and give them a wonderful follow, please feel free to do so. As you can see, they're putting on one heck of an awesome match. And quick shout out to our tracker, Mr. Vince Easter, who's doing a great job pressing buttons behind the scenes to make sure that we don't have to.
Oh, interesting divergence here. Shadyforce fluted directly to Eastern Palace, but Furaime is going to dive into Tower of Hera.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he's not wanting to do this until later. Ooh, he's setting up. Oh, that I am super jealous of these folks that can do that.
I know we keep saying we're jealous of these moves and need to learn these moves, but oh my goodness, they just keep it coming.
Yeah, I can do the bonk and I can do the normal bomb placement stuff for Herapod. I can't do that craziness that is the hook dash. I don't understand how these gods are able to do this so easily. And just like that, we have Norm down and
the quick kill. Oh my goodness. Okay, those two boss fights were blink and miss it.
Right. See, this is what happens when you get two top-tier runners fighting off against each other. It not only becomes very entertaining, but if you yourself are a runner, you start to realize how woefully under-skilled you are in comparison. I'm just sitting here thinking, it's okay. I can still play the game, technically.
Shadyforce making the financial decision to buy 2 potions of red for cheaper rather than 1 potion of blue.
Hey, 2 is better than 1.
Absolutely, especially with just 5 hearts. Half magic makes it kind of unnecessary to have the magic refill side of it.
Shady?
Shady?
Shady? Shady? Go back to hammer pegs. Shady?
Oh.
Bad Shady. Where's my newspaper? I hope he realizes he can't read the tablet.
He's about to. Yeah. Yeah.
The long pause is what lets you realize he done effed up.
The menu of confusion followed by where the heck is that in the spoiler log? And yeah, that probably just tied up this match right now.
Oh yeah. Now here's the fun thing, since this is a spoiler log race, both of these runners know exactly where the items are, so we do allow them to not only watch each other's streams, but watch this restream. So Shady, Furaime, if you guys are watching right now, thank you so much for entertaining us. And Shady, ha 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 ha.
Shady gets his book while Furaime is tackling on the Armos Knights. Gets the quick kill, different order, but dang.
Still classy. Gotta give him props. Alright, now we can get over to that tablet. Good job.
And yeah, both runners heading down to the Bombos tablet.
And with one of the last items that we're needing here, I wonder what it could be. Although I will admit that it just came to me what someone in chat said. It's like, yeah, that is a pun.
Yes, Chad, if I'm not mistaken, that is go mode. Flippers is the last item they need. Now it's just dungeon clearing. Both runners have Swamp Palace and Ice Palace left to clear. Furaime has Tower of Hera completed. Shady Force does not.
2 more dungeons left, both with really great new glitches that we found out recently. So don't blink, you guys may actually miss it. I'm gonna say 2 minutes on Swamp and 2 minutes on Ice.
Yes, chat. Combs has access to the spoiler log, and we did look at it prior to the match, along with while the runners were doing it. It is a decision by the comms. I'm kind of 50-50 on it myself. I did it this time mostly as practice for my next matches next week.
Yeah, I gotta agree. There are some points where I just don't read the log when I'm commentating, just so I can have that kind of surprise.
Yeah.
But I am super glad I didn't, because, oh, this seed was just evil. As a runner. Watching was hilarious. Getting that first little bit of... Ooh, he's doing the fun left side. Nice. Ooh, almost. Didn't... Yep. He had it, and then it just...
The time saved for diver down is how much time it saves you from having to pull that statue. So about 6 seconds, chat is saying. Oh wow, almost simultaneous left and right side diver downs. Furaime picking up a heart piece that shadyforce skipped.
And yes, to verify, it is Diver Down, as in the album. I'm not quite sure exactly where the name came from for the glitch, but that's okay.
Ninja Tuna, I think you're being called out from when you said earlier that we were only going to see one heart piece in this race.
I know. I have a feeling that the runners are listening in just to spite me. It's like, only one heart piece, eh?
And Argus goes down on both runners' sides. They're practically neck and neck here in Swamp Palace, but Furaime does have the advantage of Tower of Hera complete already.
This is just one more dungeon. Well, two, technically, but Hera's like 30 seconds. If he gets the Hera pod on the first try, that is.
Interesting. Shadyforce chose to run across the Dark Swamp and mirror to Lake Hylia, while Furaime chose the flute.
It looks like Shady's was actually just a wee bit faster. It was pretty even.
It is kind of hard to tell though, because due to the minor time difference in their finishes at Swamp Palace, Shadyforce was already a bit ahead.
Oh, that's true, that's true.
So they weren't exactly in sync leaving Swamp.
Now, even though this is showing them to be pretty much synced up, technically Furaime has a good 45-second lead over Shady, just because he's got Tower of Hera done.
Right.
Now, the fun part here is, this is one dungeon where you do not want a death. You don't want to die to Cold Stare. Every other dungeon, it's not as bad, except I'd say for Pod and Misery Mire. But here, ooh. Excellent pickup of powder, by the way. It's really good bit of safety.
And very convenient too, on the way. Okay, so we're going to see a 5-heart Cold Stare on Shadyforce's side, but given how well he did in Turtle Rock, there's really no concern whatsoever. You have Bombos, why not use...
Half magic. I figure it's a faster way with the fire rod shots. He's got half magic to finish it.
Oh,
Don't have to
dang,
worry
look
about the
at...
menu switch.
Yeah, and you just
Good
keep
lord.
Cold Stare in the corner, so yeah, okay.
That was so freaking smooth.
Oh, and Furaime's doing this. Oh, Cold Stare snuck by. Bad Cold Stare, bad. There we go.
Alright, he got it, though. He got it. Alright, so that's a good... let's see, what's that? I'd say that's a good 10-second lead or 10 seconds that Shady picked up. Shady keeps at it. He may be able to go ahead and close the gap a little bit more.
Alright, Shady Force on his way up the last trip of Death Mountain is gonna combo Hera and Furaime, also on his way up his last trip up Death Mountain, gonna go straight into GT.
And since, of course, this is spoiler log, we all know that the big key is going to be in a location predetermined by us. And I lied. We know where it is because we checked the spoiler log. But you guys get to play a new game. How many chests do we actually get to open to get to the big key chest? Because there are some items that are necessary to climb up that tower, and some that are going to be necessary to get through, small keys bearing. So, I'd say, realistically, it's going to be between 1 and 4. So pop in those guesses and see which one is going to be right. Sadly, no points awarded because there's really no point to that. It's just for funsies.
Used Super Bunny Cave to get to the top of Death Mountain. I'm curious, which is faster, Paradox Cave or Super Bunny?
It depends on if you've gotten the whatchamacallit already open or not. If you've got the portal to Turtle Rock open, it's faster to go that way. If you don't, it's faster to go through Super Bunny. If you get dead rocked in the light world, then it doesn't matter because you're just screwed.
Yeah. Because both runners used Super Bunny, but they both have Turtle Rock portal open, so I'm a little confused, but Okay, did I see Hera at all? How are we at Moldoma rating?
Yeah, you know that thing I was mentioning earlier about how awesome these runners were? Oh, jeez.
Oh.
I didn't even have enough time to curse him. Good lord.
Oh,
that was premeditated cursing.
Well, that's not game yet. There is another Modorm that both runners need to deal with.
And any Ganon fall or death could definitely make a big difference.
Shady's 7th crystal, Furaime making his way through the left side of GT.
And I am honestly surprised he decided to go this route. Because as you guys can see, he is totally skipping Rando Room. So if any one of you guys guessed Bob's chest or behind Ice Armos, chances are you're right. And a rare appearance from our wonderful Bob. And it looks like our big key is going to be behind the Ice Armos. So, if you guys guessed 2 chests open, you got it right. Bada bing! Vanilla big. Now, one thing I'm always surprised about, and I honestly thought that going full right was actually quicker in most cases. But if you have to pick up an item from the Hope Room and then go get the key underneath the pot, is that still technically the best route, or would it be faster just to go full left?
I'm not sure, though. Going full left, like if you don't have to open any chest, it's just a matter of running through. Whereas going right side, you have to, get through that torch puzzle. You have to get through the that hellway, and they have no safeties to do that.
True, that would be a pain in the patootie. And for anyone else wondering where the other small keys are, they are somewhere in Ganon's tower. Will we see them? Probably not.
Silvers, we'll let Ganon reveal that to you. Furaime making his way up the gauntlet while Shadyforce takes on the Ice Armros to get his big key.
Fantastic gauntlet climb so far for Furaime.
Yeah, I've barely seen it.
Took a couple of hits, but nothing serious. Ooh, can he pick it up? Yes!
Oh, wow. Okay.
Alright. Let's go ahead and get up to the wonderful rooms. The best in the entire game. Wizrobe 1 and 2.
Boom. Love that. And boom.
God, I love how clean those rooms can be. It's just beautiful. Setting up those torches, getting over to the mini Helma room. Picking up the final heart piece! Woohoo!
Oh, dang. Furaime was counting. Heck yeah.
I think both of them were, honestly, because I want to say we've seen 3 heart pieces on both sides. Now that right there is fantastic.
That right there is routing planning that I am not capable of.
Galaxy brain plot.
And down goes Mordorm 2 on Furaime's side.
Which, Shady is actually picking up a decent amount of speed here. Gauntlet down on Furaime, but Shady is halfway through.
And here we have Aga 2.
And to let chat verify, yes, we are going to let Ganon tell us where silvers are because it is hilarious.
Gotta give him something to do other than die.
And our agonometry lesson is over.
Say hello to the big pig himself. Ganon is in the house.
The Enrichment Center would like you... The something companion duck fact... What? English is hard. Fantastic Phase 1 and Phase 2 there. Getting the spin set up with the tempered is not an easy feat. Ooh, Shady taking another Moldorm
Oh,
fall.
Moldorm is just being mean to Shady today. Goodness.
He is living up to his Trolldorm name. Goodness, that is evil.
All right, Ganon, where's the silvers? That's
If
right, everyone. Go ahead, Ninja Tuna.
if you didn't see it, it said swamp. So, yeah, take a guess. If you guessed left side swamp, you were 100% correct. It's in the vanilla Big Key location. The moment I opened up that spoiler, I looked where the bow was, saw it on left side, and said, nobody's getting silvers.
Shadyforce on Aga 2, Furaime in Phase 4 of Ganon with the silverless strats.
Now,
Very clean.
No, don't give your hopes up yet, Shady fans. A fall past this bridge could mean a win for Shady. Can Furaime cross this dangerous bridge? And he's done it! Slap those GGs in chat.
And Furaime wins the match with a official SRL time, including the spoiler log reading of 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 6 seconds. GG's. Meanwhile, Shadyforce is starting his Ganon fight with 1 heart, but 2 red potions, I believe.
It's alright, Shady's got this. Ooh, also getting that wonderful spin slash. And he's got the 1 cycle. Ooh, man, this is gonna be close. Come on. Oh boy, man, he's got it. Oh, that was beautiful. Now dodge those bats. Freaking Shadyforce, dude. That is amazing. Actually counts as 1 hit.
Wait, you can do that?
Yes, it's phenomenally difficult. I believe it's a 2-frame input.
Dang.
Period. Whatever the heck it is. I am still just amazed with how awesome this is. Coming up to the last hit here. And he's got it. That was amazing. Put those GGs in chat for that super well-deserved Ganon fight. That was phenomenal.
GG's to both the runners. Gonna see if we can get Shadyforce in here for an interview. Unless Furaime wants to, change the general practice and jump in here as well.
I didn't win the lottery yesterday, so I doubt Furaime is going to be given an interview. And welcome, Shadyforce, to the booth. GG's.
Hey guys.
So what was going through your mind when you were in front of that Bombos tablet?
Well...
Keep it PG, please.
God damn it. This bothered me. And I knew I'd seen the book earlier, and I was thinking, do I need the book? No, I don't think I need the book. Several times I asked myself that question earlier, because it was in my notes. I saw it in the area when I was looking at... when I was coming out of Thieves' Town, I was looking to see if there was any heart containers in the village. I saw the book there. I don't need the book in this seed. and just such a simple oversight, and it's super costly. I'm really annoyed at myself because otherwise it would have been a super close race. That and the 2 Moldorm falls.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, that one heart Ganon, oh, God, that was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I had a quick look and I saw that Furaime was in, so the race was probably over at that point, so the pressure was off. But I mean, that's what I practice anyway. Like, you often get into these low health Ganon situations, so you need to be able to clutch it out. It's going to come up in other tournament races.
It's still a really good route, nonetheless. I mean, yeah, the book 3 through loop, the Moldorm Falls pretty much ate up most of your time, but aside from that, you guys were both really close as far as routing goes. The main difference I saw was that Furaime decided to do Tower of Hera before leaving the mountain, where you left it for last, but I don't think that made a big difference. Both of you guys did Harapot phenomenally quickly, so it was in and out in no time. As far as your routing decisions for GT, when you saw that it was a vanilla big key, were you thinking of stealing that key from the left-sided pot and going full right? Or were you just dead set on doing the reverse, going for the Hope Room chest, and then going to the left side?
No, when I went to GT and I thought to myself, I wonder if this is one of the seeds where going full right is fastest. And it's an interesting kind of academic decision, but because I have not practiced full right, I don't think it's a good idea to go for it. Whereas I go full left all the time in NMG and all dungeons in Rando. So it's what I practice. So you really got to stick to what you practiced. But in theory, maybe full right is faster. But I'd want to do it a few times before I pull it out in a race.
Wise decision there. It was kind of a debate between me and most of the people in chat, seeing what would actually be faster in that regard. But I agree with you that, yeah, as long as you got practice, that's going to make the difference.
Did Furaime go full right?
Nope, you guys both went the same route.
Yeah, man, only 2 minutes in it. Oh, I could have won this race. I could have taken down Furaime, but not today. I'm so disappointed.
It's alright, one of these days we will dethrone him.
It's such a really ridiculously tough draw for the first round as well.
Oh, well,
I
feel you.
Quite a bit unlucky. But I mean, if Furaime goes on to win a lot of races, it'll probably help my score. So it's certainly not ruling me out of doing well in this tournament. But it's the principle of the thing. Furaime's got the better of me in a couple of tournament races now, and I just haven't been able to up my game enough. And this is all me. Like this race was there to be won if I just don't make the silly mistakes. But oh well, got to work on it and live to fight another day.
That's a good way of putting it. But other than that, I'd say you guys both did a wonderful job. Execution was on point, well, aside from, of course, those Moldorm Falls. And the fact that you were able to keep your cool against someone like Furaime was pretty awesome, I gotta say. But any last notes you want to give about the race or anything upcoming in the tournament?
And I just wanted to ask what Furaime said when he came in for the interview. I'm quite interested.
Oh, he was really quiet. We asked him to turn his mic up, but all we heard was just whispers. He just ducked out like it was nothing.
Oh, well. I laid the blame fully at Ak and his crew for not winning the league, so...
Yep.
Furaime's waiting for them to win it so that he gives the interview, but if they just keep disappointing, then, you know...
Yeah, please send all your written concerns and complaints to Ak in his P.O. box.
But yeah, thanks so much for hopping in to commentate. I know it was a bit of a last-minute jump in for one of you guys.
Yeah, yes, actually, yeah. Mr. Scrap Ninja Tuna, thank you very much for jumping in last minute.
Yeah, no worries. Thankfully, the spoiler stuff is pretty short, and having excellent runners makes sure that stays fairly short. So I appreciate the entertainment you guys provided.
Yeah, it was good. It was good fun, and I do love the mode because it's a quick, short mode. It's intense, but it's short as well, so it doesn't take up hours and hours like some of the other modes. But, yeah,
And
it's definitely my
unfortunately,
favorite mode. I'm really happy to be in the tournament.
fortunately, this has to stay PG, otherwise I'd have something to mention about that. But thank you very much for your time and for entertaining all of us here at Speed Gaming.
All right, so for today, looking at the schedule, I believe, if I'm doing my math right now, we have 3 other matches that are in the midst of being run. We've got Kern versus Salty Fry on the Speed Gaming main channel, with Zelga Dasan and Nobly on Speed Gaming 4, and Dr. Bob Tastic versus Julo Ninja on Speed Gaming 5. So by all means, check out one of those matches. They're happening right now. Tomorrow, we have on the schedule at 6:45 a.m., so early in the morning, Christos Owen versus The Daddy Gamers. That's going to be on the main Speed Gaming channel. There's other races as well, but channels have not been assigned as of yet. Keep watching the schedule for updates. And as we get the collection rates on screen now, we see Furaime had a 61 and shadyforce had a 55.
Way better than my race, so kudos to both.
Yeah. All right, then. That's going to do it for me. Any final words, shadyforce or Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuda?
Just thanks again so much for all the work you guys do in commentating.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
And thank you, Link to the Past Randomizer, for proving that there are still sadists and masochists out in this world. And with that lovely note, I think it's about time to go ahead and wrap things up.
All right, then. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a great time. Have a good day, everybody.
Toodles!